So a lot of times when we are trying to figure out what we need to move out of a place of overwhelm, overfunctioning, that is leading us down a path to burnout. So maybe we're not burned out yet, but we are overcommitted, overfunctioning, and feeling less and less in control of our schedule and our calendars and our lives. And yet we are desperately trying to please people and desperately trying to achieve and help others. So it's like this conundrum of, I'm helping people, I'm doing the right thing, but I'm also really exhausted and tired and feeling like I don't have the energy to give anymore. We often don't know where to start and where to even begin to set boundaries. And that's why in the book, I really talk deeply about having a boundary inventory and where to start, because the first question that we have to ask is, where's my biggest pain point? All of us have things in our life that are going well and that we have no problem saying no to and setting boundaries and really having strict interactions with our priorities in that area of our life. For some of us, it's exercise. Some people just get up, they exercise, they focus on their health, and it's just like a no-brainer to them. They have super strict boundaries. They don't ever say yes to this hour of time. People even know that about them, so they don't even ask. But other areas of their life may be a hot mess. Okay, they may have a coworker or a colleague or a boss or a family member who is just draining them and they have zero boundaries around it. They may have a project that they have just desperately tried to get off the ground, but it is not. And instead of setting boundaries around it and releasing it and saying goodbye, they are just holding on because their ego's telling them they can't give it up. It may be a work relationship or it may be a personal relationship. I think so often we don't have boundaries with people the closest to us. And those are the people that we really need boundaries the most with because we have the most interaction with them. So I always have people do what's called a boundary inventory and start with your biggest pain point. And in the book, I talk all about this. And I actually have at the end of every chapter a boundary check-in. And part of one of those check-ins is making that boundary inventory. What areas of your life do you think, well, I would never do that. I would never struggle with that. And they're on autopilot. You have wonderful boundaries around those areas. And other areas of your life, the areas that are probably causing you the most pain and stress, you probably lack boundaries. So in the book, I really talk about this, and I talk about the importance of evaluating it and how to start, how to launch. And the biggest thing that we can do is just give ourselves time, the gift of time. The commodity of time of our life is our most important and valuable asset. And when we give ourselves 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day for maybe a week to think about our boundaries and think about our pain point and where we're lacking them, and then start through the exercise that I talk in the book of what would it look like to set a boundary with this person or this project or this place or whatever is bringing me down or myself. What would it look like to set a boundary with myself? How would I do that? What emotions would come up if I imagined having this conversation with someone about, I'm going to stop doing this, or I need you to stop doing this, or I prefer you to talk to me this way. What emotions come up when I think about setting the boundary? And we go through the process in the book because it's not just, if it was so easy as setting a boundary, we'd all do it. But it's not, it's hard. And part of that difficulty is really the societal expectation, especially as women, that we please others and we serve others. And when we serve and we please others, we are good women. We are good teammates. We are good colleagues. We are good mothers or wives or partners or whatever it is we are. And that feeds our ego, and we buy into this likability that in order to be liked and loved and everything to be well in our life, everybody has to be happy with us. And that's just not true. Your value and your self-worth has nothing to do with you serving and achieving. Are you loving this? If you are, recognize that I have lots of other videos, and please just recommend this for a girlfriend who may need to hear it.